This is a retake of the video because apparently I made one take of this video and happened to be just so that the mic was not actually working properly. It was getting some kind of interference and also very quiet for some reason. So what I'm gonna talk about today is staying humble and also being grateful. So I've got a story relating to this. So a year ago, I was with my old classmate out traveling for 11 days, and what actually happened, like, very beautiful place which we were in for those 11 days, constant sunshine, very warm and all that stuff, like very, very nice. And well, we flew back via Copenhagen airport. So since it was fall time in Europe, it's kind of, well, at least that in here it tends to be very gray and rain a lot and stuff like that, so not that pleasant. And coming back from there, from the sunshine all the way to here, where it's gray and cold and not that pleasant, I straight away, when we were in the airplane, we're about to land in the Copenhagen, we came just underneath the clouds. I'd see this gray sky. I was like, no fucking way. I went into this like really shitty mood because we had such a nice weather at the place we were in, and now it's just gray and kind of depressing like weather. And when I got back home here, I had 2 weeks in a row pretty much where I was in this very kind of discomfort in a way, because of the mere fact that we had such a nice weather back there and here it was like shit. So I was just constantly thinking that what can I do to I just want to get the fuck out of here, and I pondered on the thought for quite a while about like what could I do, something that travel for work or something like that. And well, I came to the conclusion that traveling for work, that would be an awesome experience. I'm not denying that, but with the thought, I came to the conclusion that even though it feels like shit, you have to be grateful for the situation you are in, because for me, or in my case, I have the ability and I can afford to travel, and I also have like pretty good amount of work, even though I'm working through a couple agencies, so it varies a lot, like how much you work. Sometimes it's a full week, sometimes it might be 2-3 days or so in the week, so sometimes it gets frustrating. But as such, I've never been unemployed for a long time. Just some months which have been more quiet, and then it's got caught on again, so not that bad. And like when you feel like shit, think about the bigger picture. How is your work life? What have you like the opportunities and things you've gotten? Like, think about everything, that most likely things are better than what you think at that moment, because well, the part of the human nature is to take things for granted after we've gotten them for a while, like, you know, having a place to go to work. After a while you start thinking it's like, you know, it's just my workplace, it's always gonna be there, so no one fucking cares. When you lose it, you're gonna be like, you'd be, you know, shitting yourself. So all the things you take for granted, like if you have a rental apartment and, you know, all that stuff, think of all those things. It will most likely make you feel a lot better, because we don't tend to think of the, you know, in those kind of moments. Like, I was just thinking about these couple things that I have to get out of here and blah like that, but then I started to think about all the things I have in going well for me. So I was like, yeah, well, it ain't that bad after all. And so that's about being grateful. So always remember to be grateful for the things you have, because most likely it's for everyone, like, it's of course like subjective, but you're going to have something better off than someone else, and they're gonna have something better off than someone who is a little worse off than them. So be grateful, because things for all of us could be a lot worse. And then about being humble. So if you happen to be the best person in a certain task in your workplace, don't get try to stay level-headed, because if you get cocky, you might get into the mindset that, you know, because I'm the best, I don't have to improve anymore, obviously, because I'm on the top. So if you get into that mindset, you start getting static, so you won't improve yourself anymore as much, because you feel you're the best. So then after a while of static, being there at that certain point, someone who's below you is most likely gonna, you know, improve themselves so much that they might come, you know, past you, and they might become the best one. I'm not saying being the best is of, you know, major importance in general. Like, it's something to strive for, yes, I don't deny that, but you don't always have to be the best. If you're not, who cares, you know? If you try to do things as well as you can, and, you know, always try to improve yourself, that's all that matters, really. Because you know, if you don't improve yourself constantly and you feel like there's nothing more to learn, that's when you are in a bad place. That's not the right mindset, because there's always something you can learn, be in a new hobby, a new skill, like even improving the existing ones, a new language, whatever, you know, getting better at communicating with people, making YouTube videos, like making more of them so you get better, you know, like I know these current ones, I think they're okay, but hopefully if they get some traction, I hope that these are gonna be shit compared to something that is up there somewhere in the future. So yeah, you know, like, you can always improve. And a good tool for improvement, like skill wise, is some kind of learning you know, online course platform of some kind. Skillshare and all the other ones, like, they have very wide range of courses and subjects, from video editing, filming, all kinds of stuff, you know, entrepreneurship, everything. So they're useful tools. And yeah, about staying humble, one story. So I started service work in through an agency, and it's been 2.5 years from the time that this incident took place. So basically, I was in my workplace. I went there 2 o'clock. Then we prepared the customer space for, say, like 2 hours or something, organizing the tables and the chairs and all that stuff, and making sure it's clean and everything like that. So after we were done, we'd make sure that everything was like we had all the needed things for the service and all that stuff. So there was this girl who came from the same agency, or through the same agency. So I was talking to her and about, how long have you been doing this? What did you train as? And like, do you prefer? Turns out she was actually a chef by training, and she had changed to the service side. So I asked, like, what did you think about working as a chef, and what do you think about the service side? She was like, yeah, well, I didn't really ever pretty much ever consider chef's job as an actual career or day job. So I was like, yeah, okay. What do you think about the service side then? Yeah, well, I like to do bar stuff and things like that. Like, I've been doing this for a year. I asked that. I think I asked something along the lines of, would you like to, do, like a la carte serving, serving plates into tables, like portions, instead of bar and stuff like that, or lunch. So she'd go like pretty much, yeah, well, what more is there to learn about carrying plates? I was like, that is not a good way of thinking, no. Because in everything, be it, service, like serving food and drinks, cooking, sales, hell, even most likely cleaning goes into the same category, where you've got this narrow path when you're looking at the thing as a, in a general perspective, and then when you go a bit deeper, it's gonna get wider. So there's gonna be a lot more of variety and different aspects to that thing that you only saw as this one little thing, which has now multiplied into 5 different aspects or categories of what you can actually do within that thing. For example, like a waiter's job, it's not just carrying plates. You have to know about food, you have to know about wines, all kinds of different drinks, and it's not just about carrying plates. So yeah, if if someone feels that that's the mindset, that after you've done a year of something you're pretty much finished or can't learn anymore, yeah, whatever, it's your choice. But the thing is, that's not good if you get the mindset or into the thought that there's nothing I can learn anymore. There's always something. So never stop learning. Always be willing to learn new things. And if that's not possible inside your current environment, step outside your comfort zone. Pick up something new. Go into a new workplace of some kind. How I saw this, like going outside the comfort zone in a way, even before I thought about it in this kind of manner. when I started working through the agency, you'd have, say, like 5 places within a week where you went, 5 different restaurants, or could be breakfast and lunch and whatever, you know. So you'd have 5 different places, and so basically every day would be, well, not necessarily every day would be a different place, but sometimes there were for every day there was a different workplace. So you'd constantly be going into different places to work, lots of them being new. And say the first five times when I went into a new restaurant, I was like, oh shit, it's so exciting, I'm so nervous and stuff like that. But after a while, like say when you've been to 10-15 times, it starts to, you get kind of desensitized in a way, or I don't know how should you say that, but you know, you don't feel the nervousness anymore. You go in there just like, yeah, who the fuck cares? It's like, let's go to work. So, you know, that's what helps you with going. The more you do something where you're going outside your comfort zone, the less you feel the kind of anxiousness, or the less you feel anxious about it, or you know, unease. So of course, like it's like if you get that nervousness, it's a good thing, because then you know you're really doing something new. So yeah, that's what you should do. I think yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. This was JeiJei and the 4th video on YouTube. Take care.